And now, folks, all the way from Asia, we get our newest addition to TFNN. We're really proud. We get our man, Mr. John Logan. And, folks, if you haven't test drove, first off, the videos that we have on our site each and every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to see a free daily video. Click here. Go click it, folks. Each and every day, John does a video, different markets. Check it out. He did the ES Mini out here today. And you go check it out, and you'll find out the results. It's as good as you can get. He's also the developer of the Signal Box. John Logan, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Good to talk to you again.
It's great to talk with you. 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. You are a trooper, man. I'm telling you.
Only for you, baby.
Oh, well, listen, I really do appreciate you, taking the time, coming on. And what I'd love you to do, if we can start off, tell us exactly what the Signal Box is. And as you're doing this, folks, I have the Signal Box up in Target TV. So tell me what this does.
Okay. Basically, this was developed to make life a little easier, hopefully, in not missing high probability setups.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, you always want to try to trade when the probabilities are in your favor. You always want to try to put risk-reward scenarios in your favor.
Yes.
And I used to personally, kind of get a little bit out of shape when, I'd know where everything was on the, the world that I live in and the commodities and, some of the global indices and some of the usual suspects of the currency world. And I'd, be looking at different charts and things like that. But it really, when I missed a high probability setup, it was a little depressing because, hey, that was, what we really bank on is waiting for multiple time frame views to line up.
Yes.
And when those things work in a confluence fashion, you really want to be aware of them when they happen real time. So the Signal Box really allows you to see where we are in relation to profiles, and I'll explain that a little more in a second.
Yes.
But also allows you to understand where, when we're at the top of a profile, and I call those unfair highs, and
yes,
the bottom of a profile is unfair lows. It identifies where those are for the week, for the day, for the 240-minute, 60-minute span, and allows you to really at least understand that those are the battle points that we hope that the market gravitates towards, so we can put on those high probability trades around those areas where, that is the ripe area to wait for the market to come to you. And that's kind of one of the mantras that we always talk about is, let the market come to you. You don't have to always be in the market. And we talked about that earlier, actually.
No doubt. And, folks, what you want to do, please listen to the videos, because you'll get a couple different things. When you listen to the videos every day, and they're free, you can get on there, you can listen to the videos. You'll see what John's talking about when he's talking about the 60-minute, 240, daily, weekly, and the unfair highs and our lows. So just as he said, that's where the battle lines are set up. And if you basically pay attention to that, I had said John earlier, I was talking about a half hour ago, I says it's really interesting the way that his profiles are set up and because you can be a bull or a bear. Guess what, folks, okay? But what he will teach you listening to those videos is understanding what is the higher probability trade. And guess what? You're putting your stop on the other side of it, So it's really cool, man. Well,
it's interesting, also while looking at the Signal Box, if you're trying to figure out which side of the market to be on, it kind of helps you with that process. And, a lot of people use it in different ways. We did a 30-minute kind of intro video on how to use it and the possible ripe opportunities that it may emit to you.
Yes.
That's on your website. It's again just really good general information about how to use it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it points. I think we did it on a day where we were again looking at the S&Ps in general, but as an example for that day. But the way a lot of people use it too is, I hate to say this because there's a lot of charting packages out there that probably don't want to hear this, but it really makes a lot of things red light, green light for you, and you really might not need charts because, it basically says, okay, we're we're having a momentum shift on a 60-minute time frame, and by the way, we're coming into resistance on a long-term time frame, and that really, in an easy color-coded, simple information kind of way. Somebody told me a long time ago, successful trading is supposed to be boring. I've always tried to remember that, and it kind of makes it relatively not exciting, which is good for a lot of people.
Well, there's no doubt, because we know that, bottom line, folks, is that it's all about being a machine. It's not, that's all it's about. If you're investing for 10 or 20 years, yeah, good luck to you. But other than that, folks, it's being a machine, meaning, take your spots, know that your money management is in place to get bigger trades and less losses.
Yeah, it quickly, I think, lets you know relative to our profiles, and that's an automatically kind of outputted algorithm that we have.
Yes.
It lets you know what side of the market is the trend, what side of the market, the risk. Like, sometimes we talk about, and, you mentioned before these videos, we do daily market videos that I know you're aware of that are on your website.
Yes.
And it's kind of like a start the day, figure out where the landscape is, where the potholes are in the road, and then you can kind of move on during the day, remembering some of the things that we talk about. And those profiles that we talk about and what side of the market to be on are kind of inherent to our information. But I think if somebody wants to get 20 hours a month of really good market commentary for, in my opinion, next to nothing, you talked me into that deal. It's really
awesome.
It's really insane how cheap it is. But we're talking about profiles, and a lot of people may not know what that means. You can dig deep into some of this information and kind of get an education on it just by watching the videos in general. And we talk about eliminating one side of the marketplace all the time. So I think the other day, before gold bounced, we were talking about, the risk here is probably to be short. Where's it not risky?
Right.
The lower risk trade is to actually be long. So considering what I just said, we talk about eliminating one side of the marketplace and almost saying it's okay to be long but not okay to be short.
Yes.
Not that you have to be long. So that signal box kind of encompasses a lot of that and kind of puts you hopefully in the right long-term mindset. So.
And folks, if you happen to be in your car, what you're going to see, you see in the contracts, the indices, you see in weekly, daily, 240, 60, and the bottom line is that on some of these, what you'll see is that, let's say if you were shot and there's all green boxes, well, you're getting hammered. You better not be shot. And just, today, the bottom line inside the commodities, you get some of them. And just the opposite, guess what? If you're long and they're all red boxes, well, it's screaming at you, man. So, seriously, right?
Well, we use that internally for our own trading. It's not something that, we theoretically thought up and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We rely on it heavily.
Absolutely. Well, listen, man, thank you so much. Look forward to speaking here. We're going to have John on every Monday, folks. Come over to our website at TFNN. You can test drive the signal box right here, right now. Have a great one, John. Have a safe one.
Thanks, Tom.
Coming right back, folks.